No problema. Últimamente estoy viendo que dicen eso los de habla inglés. No problema.
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
Banda de Arataki. ¿Por qué no me sorprende? Él tendrá una banda, pero yo tengo a Paimon.
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you. The last place Paimon wants to be is in a gang fight.
¿Puedes comprar esclavos o contratar sirvientes para tu mansión? No, pero puedes usar el gachapon para tener personajes que sirven prácticamente lo mismo.
We are still investigating Arataki Ito's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts.
Okay.
But please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Ito's circumstances than I am, who can provide you with useful information.
Bien, preguntemos a la gente.
Thank you. I will await your return. Ad Astra Avisask.
Ad Astra Avisask. Taurus Iracundus, acto 1, alma de oro.
Well, let's start asking around in the streets. Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Ito guy and figure out where he might have run off to.
A ver.
Arataki Ito? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is he did something monumentally stupid, then ran off before they could catch him.
¿Qué tan estúpido pudo haber sido?
And to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Okay, well, I mean, not that surprised.
I know.
Wait, you mean he already had a bad reputation?
No, not exactly. He's just very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus.
Momento, ¿usted se me vas a decir que Arataki Ito lo único que hace es armar un gran alboroto? ¿Y por ello piensan que es un ladrón? ¿Vas a decir que todo esto es un malentendido?
So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when he gets upset, he gets completely enraged. I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control.
¿Cómo se gana la vida?
You know, I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. I keep a pretty good eye on what's happening in the city, and as far as I can tell, he just idles the days away. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang.
Siempre pasa con los niños y su banda. Yo sé que no hace nada mal. ¿Puedo usar mis poderes para el mal? No. Somos el elegido. Bueno, no. No somos el elegido. Somos un aventurero que ayuda a todas las personas.
If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do something more drastic to make ends meet.
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito fellow starting to sound pretty weird?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time with people a little more lively than myself. Perhaps you could try asking around some more.
Okay, thanks.
Ok. Parece que él lo único que sabe es que tal vez sea una persona malentendida. Se mete muchos malentendidos por su carácter tan volátil.
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah, I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the Tenryo Commission's end. He could never do anything so dastardly.
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all that.
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes.
¿Quieres saber si hay opciones o es puro tirar para adelante? No hay opciones. Yo creo que no. Espérate. Hasta donde he jugado no he visto algo como que dependiendo las decisiones que tomes afecta la historia en sí. Lo único que afecta en las decisiones es el diálogo que ellos dicen, pero no afecta el futuro. No afecta la historia del juego. El juego, la historia ya está diseñada de cierta manera y hay que seguirla así. Como digamos al estilo Zelda. A pesar que tienen opciones de diálogo, la historia ya está hecha de un modo. ¿Crees que solo las citas son misiones legendarias por los finales sartenos? No. Dicen que... Ya me perdí. Creo que no me entendiste. Me refiero a que él simplemente no tiene la capacidad de hacer el mal. ¿Te refieres a que no es tan inteligente?
Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets.
Okay.
Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
Trataba de engañar a niños y no podía hacerlo. Wow.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on.
Ok, eso fue intenso.
Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
Solo es alguien con una personalidad volátil.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Ito a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened.
Okay.
In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose.
Nunca pierde a propósito.
So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
No sé si ese pensamiento es realmente correcto, pero digamos que sí. Comienzo a entender lo que quieres decir.
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kinda sounds like a man of integrity.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryou Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable.
Okay.
So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Eso es obvio.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
De seguro, creo que hay otro testigo según el mapa. Uesugi.
Arataki Ito. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently.
Trataron de taparlo hace poco.
We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for help, including the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Catherine says that Arataki Ito hasn't done anything seriously bad before, so it seems pretty strange. Paimon's curious. Is there any evidence of all this stuff he's accused of?
La verdad que sí. ¿Tiene alguna prueba?
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case.
Ah, sí tiene. Okay.
For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him.
Justamente iba a decir eso. ¿Cómo sabes que no fue otro Oni? Pudo haber sido
At
otro
first,
Oni.
he was just one of our suspects, But when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers.
¿En serio confesó? ¿Ha de estar protegiendo a alguien, tal vez?
What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start.
Lo más importante es que hay otros 4 Onis. No, hay otros 3 Onis. ¿Eso tenía motivos para comportarse así?
Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree.
Lo capturaron. Ok. Y no se lo han devuelto, me imagino. Así que pretende vengarse de la Comisión Tenryo.
At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision.
Okay.
The Vision Hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
Los motivos parecen más que suficientes.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info.
Aquí tenemos un...
Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist.
Pide más
Paimon
información.
remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
Espérate. Me dijo algo. La red de ubicuidad suprema. ¿Cuál? Sango. Espera, ¿no he hecho la misión de Sango?
Whenever you need me,
Hay mucho contenido que no he hecho. Wow, solo he hecho la historia principal.
be there.
¿Traicínalo? Depende cómo es, porque según lo que han dicho en la historia, parece ser alguien que es realmente honrado, por así decirle. Creo que tal vez él se incriminó para cubrir a alguien. Puede ser eso. A ver. Es Awako Murasaki. Nunca debí contarle sobre Kageromaru. ¿Qué sucede? Eres tu viajero. ¿Todavía recuerdas la red de la ubicuidad? Después de haber solucionado el incidente anterior, le expliqué todo lo que ocurrió a una amiga. Su nombre es Waka Murasaki y ella se llama a sí misma diseñadora. Tu forma de usar la red la inspiró sobremanera. Así que me ha estado insistiendo todo este tiempo para que la ayude a buscar nuevas técnicas con las que poder seguir modificando la red de la ubicuidad. No aguantaba más ese fastidio, así que encontré una técnica nueva en un libro antiguo que tenía. Si te interesa, ve a buscarla. Si no me equivoco, ya habría terminado con las modificaciones. Una pregunta, ¿qué tan larga es esta misión? Me da suficiente tiempo para hacer esta y el evento de... Hacer esta... De la misión del... Hito. Si es que Crono todavía está aquí. Hola, ¿eres Waka Murasaki? Así es, ¿en qué puedo ayudarte? Estoy aquí por la red de la ubicuidad. ¿Eh? Eres... Ah, ya sé, tú debes ser el viajero. Sango me habló de ti. La forma en que usaste la red fue impresionante, incluso inspiradora. Me han dicho que has estado modificándola. Así es, Sango incluso me enseñó una nueva técnica de magia onmyo. Utilicé esta técnica para modificar la red de nuevo, así que llamé a este nuevo modelo Red de la Ubicuidad Suprema. Según Sango, esta técnica puede atrapar la esencia de seres vivos antes de usar ciertos objetos para recrear la forma del ser vivo en cuestión. Ok. También dice que el mayor logro de la magia onmyo sería recrear una esencia humana. Dichas esencias son capaces de responder preguntas y nunca mentirán. Una técnica como esta sería de gran ayuda para una detective como Sango. Ahora que lo pienso, seguramente ese es el motivo por el que me enseñó la técnica y me permitió modificar la red. Pero no vayas por ahí contándolo, solo te lo cuento a ti porque eres amigo de Sango, ¿entendido? ¿Tus modificaciones salieron bien? Todavía no. No importa las modificaciones que haga, esta red solo puede usarse para recrear las esencias de pequeñas criaturas. No tiene efecto en humanos. ¿Sabes, viajero? Esta red te la daré a ti. ¿Quién sabe? Tal vez vuelva a inspirarme al verte utilizándola. Vamos para ti, recuerda. Ahora se llama Red de la Ubicuidad Suprema, no Red de la Ubicuidad. Vamos, ¿a qué esperas para tapar algunos animales con ella? ¿Existe eso? Espera, ¿qué? Usa la red de la ubicuidad suprema para capturar y obtener la esencia de los animales pequeños que hay en la naturaleza. Después podrás utilizar la red como medio para recrear sus formas. Los animales que recreas de esta forma se pueden colocar dentro de tu relajatetera. Por desgracia, la red de la ubicuidad suprema de Wakamurasaki todavía tiene algunos fallos y no puede recrear algunos animales. Los animales que se pueden capturar con la red aparecen con un símbolo de una red en el archivo. Oh, puedo tener otras mascotas aparte de las que venden, ¿eh? Espérate. ¡Oh! Dame otra. Pues no me des otra. ¿En serio nada más a dar otra? Pues no. Oh, aquí está el zorro. Ok. El mal de un Oni. Ah, ok. Ahora tengo que usar el otro, ¿verdad? Qué raro esto. Este suceso de acontecimientos.
Hello, we'd like to ask some questions about Arataki Ito.
Oh, him again. Sure. I have answers. We've already done some investigating for the Tenryo Commission. But first, do you have enough Moro to cover the fee?
¡Wow!
I've heard all about your travels. After everything you've been through, I'm sure you understand the way these sorts of things work.
¿Aún sigues aquí? Ok, Blinded.
How much more are we talking about here?
Sí, ¿de cuánto estamos
A
hablando?
one-off payment of 397,000 Mora, upfront. Plus a further 5% of your Adventures Guild remuneration as my commission, if Arataki Ito is successfully caught and brought to justice.
¿Que tú qué? ¿Que tú qué? Estás loca. No te voy a dar eso.
Whoa, that's crazy expensive! How did you even come up with the price that high?
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee has already been paid in full by the Tenryo Commission. All you'll need to pay is the small commission fee.
Aún así no quiero. Voy a tomar agua.
And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventures Guild once we have Ito. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal.
No, no me parece buen trato.
Now then, to give you the full picture in this case, we must first recount a well-known Inazuman fairy tale.
A ver.
A long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a crimson oni and a blue oni. They were the best of friends. The crimson oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The blue oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an oni.
Ok.
The crimson oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared and threw beans at him whenever he came near.
Pobre.
So the blue oni said to the crimson oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You'll come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
as planned, the crimson oni chased the blue oni away. The crimson oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the crimson oni went to tell the blue oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
Blinded, no te enojes demasiado, no te lo tomes tan en serio. Solamente es un alguien jugando.
What about the little blue oni? Whatever happened to him?
No le vayas a dar el timer. Dino la violencia contra el mod. Bueno. Ok, hagamos esto. Si a Ouroboros sigue haciéndolo así y te molesta, vamos a darle unos 20 segundos. Un minuto creo que es mucho. 20 segundos está bien. ¿Qué iba a decir? Ah, sí. Ese modo de contar historias de Genshin me gusta mucho. 40, que sean 30. Y me estoy arriesgando. 35. Bueno, 35 está bien. Eso es todo de que pequeño Loni decir. ¿Qué pasó con
I
él?
suppose the blue oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the Crimson Oni remain now.
But the blue Oni was just an innocent little kid!
¿El conde tiene algo que ver con el caso?
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually broadly based on historical events and that Arataki Ito is, in fact, a descendant of the Crimson Oni.